So I saw TJ's video about these people who think that the Occupy Wall Street crowd should stop blaming Wall Street and start taking some personal responsibility for their debt. And I've seen pictures of these people all over the internet holding little signs with lists of all the ways they've worked so hard and sacrificed so that they could avoid being in debt. And TJ's main point was, if you're going to brag about how hard you work and how much you sacrifice just to avoid bankruptcy, then you sound retarded. But I think they're not just retarded, they're assholes. And I feel that I can say this because I am in roughly the same position as these 53% jerk-offs, as they call themselves. I also have a decent savings, and I have no debt. In order to achieve this, I worked 2 jobs while going to college and going to class full-time, and still managed to get a 3.9 GPA. I also lived with my parents until I was 26, and I worked full-time, and in order to be able to pay my bills and still put some money away for some savings, what I have to do is not own a car, walk 96 minutes home from work every night, and sometimes another 96 minutes to get there in the morning, and get the vast majority of my meals out of either a vending machine or a can. But despite the fact that I've had to work really hard and make a lot of sacrifices to avoid debt and have the things that I do have, I've also had quite a bit of luck. I consider myself very lucky to live in a country with public health care, without which I would not be able to afford my medical expenses. I consider myself very lucky to have friends and family who are willing and able to help me if I need it. And I consider myself very lucky not to have been among the hundreds of people my employer has had to lay off due to the poor economy. So to these 53% cocksuckers, I have 2 things to say. Number 1, TJ's right. When you brag about how much you've worked and how much you've had to sacrifice and you still barely have anything, you sound really dumb. And 2, I suspect most of you are like me, and you have gotten what little you do have, not just through hard work and sacrifice, but also through a lot of good fortune. And if you're going to sneer and turn your nose up at people who have not had the good fortune that we have had, then you're a jerk off, and you need to shut the fuck up.